Behold, an ashen horse, and he who sat on it had the name Death. So the apocalypse is coming in a year's time, roughly. That was the date that they gave today. I went to the event for the reveal of Total War Attila, which is a standalone expansion for Rome 2. Well, the Total War franchise in general, but how it's working is if you guys ever played Empire Total War, you got Napoleon, which was afterwards, which is basically the expansion of Empire. For Shogun Total War, you had the Fall of the Samurai, and this is obviously the same thing, but for Rome 2. So, Total War Attila. The video is, I think, is about 35 minutes odd. I will leave a description below of the whole video if you guys have not seen the stream, or obviously you wasn't there. I watched it while I was there, obviously, and I got to play the game as well afterwards. So I got to play the battle, which the guy does in the video. I lost miserably, but the units you had, and obviously getting used to the UI and interface took a couple minutes to get used to. It's pretty similar to Rome 2 now, but obviously there's a few tweaks here and there, but I will go over them in the video. I do have some pictures from the event as well, which I'll be showing in the video. You'll probably have to zoom in a little bit to get a good idea. One of them is of the campaign map, which is very blurry, so I do apologise for that. The rest of the video will have the trailer in the background, because that's the only footage I can get, which I assume I'm legally allowed to show. I could get other people's gameplay, but obviously I would have to ask for permission and all that kind of jazz. But yes, so confirmed factions are the Western and Eastern Roman Empire. The guy who's talking about it said basically, especially for the Western Roman Empire, it's basically like a legendary campaign. You've got a massive empire at that point, but it's starting to fall to pieces. You have the Saxons attacking you. You have the people in the African nations declaring war on you, and obviously the Huns and other barbarian factions will be appeasing upon you at some point. They have new user. Most of the features that I had noticed today were more UI with the user interface. With the campaign map itself, they had a geographical view for it. So basically, you can see where like mountain ranges, forests, and stuff like that. So you can kind of plan out ambushes, strategic things, basically see where your populations are and stuff like that. There was loads of tabs on it, so like which is easy to look at and see, like religion, sanitation, and stuff like that. Camera zoom has been fixed, so you can zoom out pretty much as much as you want. So you got a better overview of the campaign map. Family trees are eventually back, thank God. You can assign some of your families to be governors of certain areas, which will give you buffs to that area, extra income, maybe better military wise and stuff like that. There's also a new builder browser, which basically, again, this is very user friendly, which from what I've seen with the whole thing so far, you've got a whole layout for each single building you can make, and if you've got a chain of them, it'll have all of it and one nice little menu, so you can kind of plan ahead which buildings you could want to be wanting to be making. So instead of just having like one or two tiers and then checking if you've got the research ready for it, like you did in Rome 2, it's a little bit more user friendly. Sanitation is very important on the campaign map as well now, because obviously this is the time where the plague and other diseases and stuff like that have been very rampant historically and obviously in the game. And one thing I noticed as well with the campaign map, new unit cards for your armies. Thank fuck they sorted them out, because the unit cards for Rome 2 are abysmal. They're really hard to decipher which units you've got. They seem to you've got a nice little picture of the guys or the units on it, so that seems cool. Again, UI, you get information for the generals and for the armies itself. You can upgrade them. It kind of looks similar to the research menu for Shogun 2, but instead of the arrows going downwards, they go sideways. Same with the actual research menu as well. They've put that in a nice user-friendly interface, which is basically you've got the military and civic all in one tab, and you just click which one you want. What else is there? Let's check my notes. Oh, and a cool feature that I noticed at the end of the campaign segment, You can kind of do a scorched earth tactic, which has obviously been going on for thousands of years, but they use it a lot more in the Second World War. Russia used it against Germany, so when they were retreating, they would obviously destroy crops and other things, so that the enemies, or the Germans at the time, couldn't get any resources or money from that area to feed their troops or help their conquest and expansion. And the same goes with with this game. It just seemed really funny when it comes up because it looks like a nuke just went off when you do it. But basically, the guy was getting attacked by 2 Saxon full army stacks against his one, so he would strategically retreat. He'll abandon that city. He'll take all the money from it, destroy the resources in the area. So basically, the enemy cannot replenish in that area, and obviously, if once they take that city, they're not really going to get a lot. I assume you could probably start building stuff in there, but you got to start from scratch, and it costs you more money and so forth. That obviously, them features not being fully explained yet. But I thought it was really cool. Guess what? I think they seem to be pushing for is more a counter defensive things, or more defensive kind of strategies within the campaign map and with the battles, which I'll talk about in a bit. With another new thing I noticed. Let's go down actually for my notes. Okay, so they have a thing with the battles. The battle that they show is the guy had been sieged on the campaign map, so I assume like 4 turns or something like that. But now you have things called siege escalation. So basically, instead of just like what you get now, you siege and then the walls are completely fine. The attrition will happen on the men that you're attacking. That's about it. This parts of the walls can be knocked down even before you go into the battle, because obviously you've been sieging. So instead of you having to knock it down while you're on the battle page, battle map, it's already been done when you start and deploy and stuff like that. So obviously the defender is going to have to fill in the blocks, the gaps in the walls, and there's more counter-defensive kind of things. There's also barricades, which is another cool feature. So instead of having just a main wall of defence like you would in Rome 2, like just one main wall, gates, and once they get into that, you're pretty fucked. You have to make choke points within the streets, but that's about it. But this is the same thing with choke points, but you can stick mini barricades in a way. So you can stick arch units, you can stick a spear unit on it, or whatever. Ideally archers, because you can fire from it. And it takes a little while for the enemy to break through it, and then obviously carry on. So it gives you not 1 line of defence, you've got 2 or 3 for within the city, which I think is pretty cool. So you can tactically withdraw, you can flank, get people in a choke point and flank round and then attack and stuff like that. What else we got? I think that was about it. But I was trying to think what remember from what I had played. I lost, which you can see the picture in, which I showed before. But the cool things was obviously you have to click on the barricade for it to be erected first of all, because it took me a little while to realise that, because I was like, why are my units not going on the barricade? And obviously realised that I didn't put it up in the first place. You put that on. It seems very familiar to Rome 2, but obviously it's some UI changes to it. Graphically, the game is fucking amazing, but be warned, it's for a dev talk and stuff like that. It's probably on a really good PC and it's amped up to the max, so not everyone's settings are going to be like that, but graphically it sounds like they've changed a few things and they've, it is going to be a lot better, which is bloody good for me, because I'm going to upgrade before this comes out so I can get better quality for my videos and for myself to watch it. I'm trying to think what else. I also met before the event, only for like 3-4 minutes, but I met Lionheart, Rambler and Warrior Sparta. I only pretty much said hello to Lionheart and the Rambler, but Warrior Sparta actually spoke to you for like 5 minutes, and he's really cool, nice guy. So if you haven't actually watched any of their channels, I assume most of you probably would anyways, but I'll leave Warrior Sparta's one in the featured channel side of my page. So go check him out, they're really cool. They've got good YouTubers, so great content. I'm trying to think what else really. I think that's about it. That's the information I could gather from watching it. The notes I wrote down. I've got a cool T-shirt as well, which I got from when I was doing the battle, after the battle that I'd done. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to it, and obviously within next year I will be bringing the content to this channel. So Hope you guys keep up with the channel and carry on watching. Also, side note, my Try Reborn campaign has been cancelled at the moment because of bugs in the. As soon as I load up the save file, it just keeps crashing on me. So I think it's due to the Emperor edition. So because of the new patch last week, I think it's affected it. So I will have to kind of look into it. I don't know if the mod's been updated or not, which probably is the case, and that's why the save files do not work, or it's just an Emperor edition thing anyway. So unfortunately, we can't play that. But if it's not sorted out within the next week, I'll be starting a new campaign up, because obviously I normally run 2 at a time. I've got my Lepidus, which is the Imperator Augustus campaign, which I will carry on, and I'll be doing as many episodes as I can within the next week. I will be busy next week, as I'll be working 3 days on the trot, nights and days, so I will have no time to myself to do anything, but I will try to persevere and upload some stuff for you. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Obviously, it's a very quick one. I've just thrown it together. I've just come back from the event, so it's not the best quality, I must admit, but I hope you like it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and definitely follow me on Twitter, because any new info or news about stuff I will be putting onto there. It's a bit quicker than obviously me doing a video or waiting for a video for you guys to watch, kind of thing, so I can tweet info for the game and other things really. So catch you guys next time.